Hello, everyone. Rikka Zimmerman here, and welcome to Conscious Life Hacks, our two-part series. And tonight, you are going to experience a live stream entitled Regaining Your Power from the Subconscious Imposter. So, what if there are actually two forms of consciousness that are creating your life? You, beautiful, amazing, wonderful, magnificent you, and something else, which I've entitled here, the subconscious imposter. And it's actually tricked you into believing it's real and believing it's you. So tonight is going to be an incredible event. And to tell you the truth, okay, it may be a little challenging. Okay, it may challenge what you believe is real, who you think that you are, into actually allowing yourself to realize that you are much greater and much better, right? So it's a really good thing. But are you up for the challenge? Yeah. See, this hasn't been anything I have ever attempted to teach online. One, potentially because it's so deep and it can create so much freedom that it's a very advanced teaching, right? So tonight you guys are going to experience something really, really special, something I've never taught online before, and I'm really excited for you to have this level of freedom in your life. So right now, allow yourself to just remove all distractions because, again, like I said, it's going to be a challenging night, okay? It could challenge some core beliefs and ideas about what you think life is and offer you freedom from some things that have really been troubling you, that have been affecting you. So remove all your distractions, get a pen and a paper, okay, because we are going to be doing an exercise, so I'll give you guys a second to grab that. Because we're going to need to all be in this together as we uncover this subconscious imposter. Because this imposter you believe is you believe is real, you believe is your consciousness. So are you guys up for the challenge? Okay, good. Good. I can feel that. So tonight we're going to take a deep dive into understanding the truth and inner workings of this subconscious imposter. Okay, this thing that is not you, that has been coming in and taking over the experience of your life. So we're going to identify and teach you how to identify when the subconscious imposter is controlling your consciousness and how to regain your power, how to take your power back. And the top 3 limiting programs that instantly give away your power automatically and allow the subconscious imposter to take over your experience and thereby make you a victim. So I'm very excited. It's going to be an amazing night. Okay, so first, you guys, let's all get connected to the earth to get really present and really here, because in order to make this quantum leap tonight, you're going to need to be fully here and fully present and fully grounded, okay? Okay, so are you with me? Okay, good. So feel your feet moving down into the center of the earth. There you go. And take a breath, breathing that earth energy up through your body and out through your head. Just relaxing, letting go of your day. There you go. And again, feeling your feet in the center of the earth, opening up to that beautiful life force energy. Coming up through your feet, through your body. Just relaxing. And out the top of your head. Good. Good. And again, feeling your feet in the center of the earth, allowing that beautiful love and life force energy to come up through your body and just lifting your entire day so that you can be fully here. Yeah. Fully present. There we go. And let's get you connected to your divine self, which already knows everything I'm going to teach tonight. So bring your awareness up. Yes, and allow yourself to feel that energy of love, source love, of life force energy, that energy of light, okay? Bringing your awareness up, feeling that, and taking a breath, breathing that down through your crown, through your feet. Good, and another breath. There you go, breathing that love and light down through your crown and through your feet. And now just open up your heart even bigger and wider into what your divine self already knows. And the energy of love your divine self and source is actually already holding for all of us. And so we can take a breath, breathing that energy down through your crown, through your body. Beautiful. So this subconscious imposter has taken over your experience in your life in certain moments. It's kept you from your choice, and it's talked you into believing lies about your life, okay? It has created the experience of you having to play the victim, okay? How many of you guys are actually tired of being a victim to life? Okay, good. That's everybody. Good. Okay. It's kept you believing in limitation, right? How many of you guys are done believing in limitation? Okay. And it's been sabotaging every area of your life. Okay. And it has a consciousness of its own. Okay. So the last time you reacted to anything, what if you actually weren't reacting? What if it was this other consciousness, this foreign consciousness? Okay, what if it was not your consciousness, but something else, right? The last time you found yourself suffering, what if it was the one that was creating the suffering? Okay, the last time you judged yourself, right? What if it was the one that was actually doing the judging? Oh my gosh, right? So this subconscious imposter is very sophisticated, okay? And it's designed to limit you from the growth that you can have, the expansion you can have, the happiness, the freedom. And it constantly is attempting to take over your consciousness. Okay, so in your life, have you noticed that there are times where you really feel like you? Right? You've done your meditation, you've gone for your walk or your exercise, and you've really chosen to engage in the thoughts that you want to think, and you've chosen to step forward and go, wow, what a beautiful day. This is so awesome. And you really feel like you. How many of you guys can relate to having one of those days, or hopefully all of those days? Yeah, exactly, right? So you can relate to what it feels like to be yourself. Now, have you also had those days where you just feel like, oh my gosh, like you're instantly frustrated, you've reacted to your kids, you find yourself in judgment, your vibration is really low, you're in this place of suffering. How many of you guys have been there also? Okay, so yes, right? So what if there's truly a very distinctive difference between your consciousness and this foreign consciousness? So just take a breath and allow yourself to kind of breathe that in. Okay, what if there's actually two forms of consciousness that are running my life? There's my consciousness, okay, and then there's also this other consciousness. Just take a breath and kind of just open up to that possibility. Yeah. And that probability. Good. There we go. Yeah. So you can begin to see, wow, there's times in my life where I've really felt like me. So there's your consciousness. Okay. And then there's times in your life where you're like, oh my God, who has taken over my experience? I'm tired. I don't like life. I don't want to go to my job. I don't like people. Like, oh my God, the list goes on and on. You're like, oh, what am I doing? Right. So there are two forms of consciousness, your consciousness and something else. Okay. So we find this just to, begin to open up. So to this idea that there are two forms of consciousness, we actually find this within our bodies. It's actually real. So did you know that within your body, you have 30 trillion human cells that are human, and you have 38 trillion cells that are not human in your body also, right? So you're inside your body currently, inside your physical body, you have 30 trillion human cells in your body, and you have 38 trillion other microbes and cells in your body. So there's, there's 43% of your total cells in your body, okay, are human cells. Okay, and 57% are actually not human cells. They have their own consciousness. They have their own life force energy, right? They have their own wants and desires. They literally have their own consciousness. So even within our body, we are actually not the majority shareholder. Like, isn't that crazy? Right? So 30 trillion human cells, 38 trillion microbes. 57% of our bodies currently are not human cells, are not, our other consciousness. Now that's pretty amazing, right? So we find that actually happens in our bodies. So in looking at this subconscious imposter and this secondary consciousness, this foreign consciousness, your consciousness and this foreign consciousness, we can almost liken it to something like a parasite. Okay? So the definition of a parasite is an organism that lives off of another organism, obtaining nourishment and protection for itself while offering no benefit or doing harm in return. Okay, that's kind of awesome, right? It's like, okay, and a lot of the times we have these types of organisms in our body too, right? Parasites, where they're living off of your life force energy, and they actually need you as the host in order to survive. A parasite outside of the host doesn't get to stay alive. It needs to be inside of the host to be able to have that food or have that life force energy. Does that make sense? So what if this other consciousness is a bit like a parasite, right? It's something that has lived inside of your consciousness, right? And just like that parasite, it sort of siphons your energy. That's where it gets its life force. And for you as a host, if you don't know it's there, you keep feeding it, right? You keep giving it energy. You don't know, so you're just going to keep funneling your life force energy. But if you take that parasite, that consciousness, out of your consciousness, it actually has no life force of its own. It cannot live without the host. Okay, so this is really interesting, right? So we're beginning to look into human bodies and how even human bodies are not like 100% our experience, right? So in your life, how often have you had something go on in your body, like you felt tired, right? And you went, I feel tired. Right? So what is that actually doing? Well, what you're doing there is, instead of realizing that 57% of your body is made up of other microbes with other consciousness, you own the whole thing. Like, what if what was going on was it was that those microbes and those cells that are not human cells that was creating the tired? Yet you and your consciousness are saying, I am tired. Do you see? So when you don't have a distinction between these two consciousnesses, you can just automatically, kind of go, oh, I feel this way. And you buy into its experience being your experience. Okay. And then you go about your day tired when it was actually the 57% of microbes that were exhausted. Right? Okay, so this is, likening this experience to this consciousness, but in a physical way so that you guys can kind of have a real great example of like really how this works, right? And that it's actually real. So I've had people come to me who, needed facilitation, and they were like, oh my God, I'm suffering from so much anxiety and I'm so scared. And all of a sudden, like, I just have this fear, like the other shoe's going to drop and the rug's going to get pulled out from under me. And it's like, I can't sleep and I'm worried. And I'm like, okay, wait, hold on. Like, what are you doing right now in your life? And they're like, oh, I'm doing a cleanse. I'm like, okay, what are you cleansing? And they're like, oh, I'm cleansing all the candida out of my body. And I'm like, okay, well, are you scared to death? Or is the candida scared to death because it is about to die? Right? Okay, same with parasites. Somebody came to me with a parasite, a tapeworm that was actually living within their body. And this tapeworm was, creating her as having weight loss. She was unable to work. She didn't feel sexual or attractive, right? So there were all these symptoms that this other consciousness was actually creating in her body. And when she came to me, she said, my consciousness is so screwed up. Like, I keep experiencing like how, that I'm tired all the time. And she interpreted that as, I'm tired of work. I'm tired of life. I don't really want to be here. I'm tired of being a mom. I'm tired of being a wife, right? And so again, she was interpreting this other consciousness and this other experience that this consciousness, that tapeworm was creating for her body, she was interpreting it as hers. Does that make sense? So, and on top of that, she was beginning to make all kinds of decisions about her life. She was about to divorce her husband because she didn't feel sexually attracted to him, when really, was she not sexually attracted to him, or was it the tapeworm, right, that was creating the non-sexual attraction? Was she actually sick of work, or was the tapeworm creating this vibration of being sick of work? Okay. Was she not able to receive nutrition and have a healthy weight? Or, was it something having to do with her? Or was the tapeworm eating all of her nutrition? Okay. So how many of you guys have literally bought everything that goes on in your body, hook, line, and sinker, as yours? Okay, so would you like to begin releasing that? Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and take a breath. Feel your feet moving down to the center of the earth, and let's just take some cleansing breaths. Allowing yourself to begin to release all of the other consciousness that has been going on in your body that you have been identifying as your consciousness. Good. Another breath. Just and really, when we look at it physically, wow, 57% of the cells in our bodies aren't human. So, wow. What if at least 57% of the time within your body, you're not owning the entirety of your experience as yours? Does that make sense? Yeah, because I mean, really, even physically, only 43% are even human cells. Right? So take another breath. Just allow yourself to breathe that in. Okay, and now we're going to run just a quick clearing statement to begin clearing the field as we begin seeing how this is not only applying as this example in this physical way, but it also applies to your consciousness. Okay, so just go ahead and say, as your feet are in the center of the earth and you're just very present, go ahead and say, body, everything that doesn't belong to you, now leave. Oh, except we need a little bit more of a distinction, don't we? Okay, good. Yeah, so that began the process, but let's go ahead and add another layer onto it. Body, everything that does not belong to your human cells, now leave. And go ahead and say all the ways in which I've interpreted these experiences with my body as mine, I now release. There you go. Good. And then state your name. Everything that doesn't belong to you, now leave. Good, there we go. Wonderful. Okay, so why is this so important? This is incredibly important because if you believe that your consciousness is this foreign consciousness, then guess what? You're tied to it, right? You begin experiencing its consciousness as yours, just like you would experience the anxiety from those parasites or those microbes dying, the candida that's going to die. All these little candidas, I'm going to die, they're giving me vitamins and minerals that kill me, right? You would be experiencing that anxiety and then interpreting it as yours and as something that you have anxiety about, that you have fear about, that you are scared. So can you see how important this is, that you begin realizing, wait a second, even in my body, there's two sets of consciousness. There's my consciousness, and then in my cells, the human cells, and there's all these other microbes, and I'm actually outnumbered. So what if you're never only having your experience, right? And what if you, from this live stream, and we'll give you some tools on how to do this as we kind of unpack this entire teaching, could then stand in the presence of any experience and go, oh, I am here and aware of this other consciousness creating this experience, this foreign consciousness. And I'm also aware of what my choice and my consciousness is choosing. Right? So when you have that distinction and you begin choosing your consciousness instead of this foreign consciousness, okay, then you have the freedom to choose what you want, and you don't realize it, but you are a very powerful being of energy. You are actually one with the unified field. So when you make a choice that's for you and you bring that energy in, you can actually transform that foreign consciousness and the experience that that foreign consciousness is creating merely by your not identifying with it and choosing for you. Isn't that amazing? Okay. If you believe it's you, you're stuck. If you know that there are two experiences happening and you are going to choose your consciousness and what energy you choose to choose and not identify with this, you can transform that foreign consciousness very easily. Okay? So first, what do we need to do to set you guys free? The first step is we need to raise your awareness, okay, on when this foreign consciousness has actually taken over. How do you know if you're in your lane or its lane, right? How do you know if you are living and functioning from you and your consciousness, or having accidentally functioning from this foreign consciousness? Okay, so there's a Q&A box, and what I want you guys to do is begin feeling into that for you and sharing your aha moments with what you are becoming aware of already through this live stream. How do you know when you're the one running the show? How do you know, and right, those moments where you feel like you, what are the clear telltale signs, right? And how do you know when something else, this foreign consciousness, is taken over? So on your piece of paper, what I want you guys to do is go ahead and draw a line down the center. Okay. Everybody got it? Just draw a line down the center. And on the left side, we're going to put your consciousness. Okay. And on the right side, we're going to put foreign consciousness. You know, not you. Okay, and we're going to begin filling in the blanks and collecting all this information from you guys about how do you know it's you? What are the telltale signs? How can you begin raising your awareness to like, oh yeah, when I feel this way, when I'm choosing this, I know I'm being myself. When do I not feel like myself? Oh, when this or this, right? Or when I'm having this experience, or, right? So we're going to have you guys. Oh, you can do it. You can do it. So in that Q&A box, just write some of the things that are maybe on your list that you're becoming aware of. And we're going to make a big comprehensive list for you so that you can be aware, oh, when I'm doing this, I'm in me. When this program is coming up, it's this foreign consciousness's program. Oh my gosh. Easy, right? Because if you're not aware of it and you simply believe it's you, okay, you're going to be living your life based on this foreign consciousness. Just like you do with the parasites or, the microbes in your body. You're killing those parasites. You believe you're the one that's feeling anxiety, yet it is the one feeling anxiety because it's scared of dying because you're on a cleanse, right? So same idea. So Nicole, do we have anybody that has shared their awareness of when they're being themselves and when this foreign consciousness has stepped in?
Yes, Rikka, we have some great examples. So Ellen has said, when I'm not in joy, I am in foreign consciousness.
Ooh, good. So not in joy. And I'm going to take notes here, and we're going to send this to you after this live stream, you guys. So we know that if we're in joy, woo! We're being us, not in joy. Who's creating that? Did I choose that? Nope, that was the subconscious imposter. Okay, so what's next, Nicole?
Okay, Rikka, so Nima says, no, I am not scared. Everything that is not me is scared as I evict it.
As you what? Evict it?
Evict it.
Yes.
As it is evicted. Yes.
Okay, now this is pretty cool, right? So on the right side under your consciousness, we have I have no fear, right? I am not scared. right? And so over on the right side in the foreign consciousness, we have I am scared. Yeah, amazing, right? So anytime you know it, when it's saying I am scared, you go, ah, foreign consciousness program, got it. Amazing, right? Versus you know when it's yourself, hey, actually I have no fear. We're going to teach you guys how to really work with this too. So keep going, keep going. Awesome, Nicole. Thank you.
Okay, Hope says, when I'm in judgment, that's the other consciousness.
Woo!
When I feel love and joyful, that's the real me.
Yes. Okay, awesome, Hope. So when you're in judgment, easy to tell it's that foreign consciousness. Right? Okay, cool. When you're in no judgment or just being in that love being, right? Hey, that's your consciousness. Go, Hope. Awesome. What's next, Nicole?
So Brenda says, when I feel like a little child having the first day on planet Earth, enjoying each moment's essence, I am in my own consciousness. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, that is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. So when we're in our own consciousness, everything's new, right? It's fresh. You're an innocent, you're in this energy of innocent perception. So we know that, yay, that's us. So the other side of that, the other polarity of that, which would be the foreign consciousness, would be, let's see, Groundhog Day, right? Oh, it's happening again. Right? Where you're like, oh, another day. Okay, nothing's new. It's the present moment is the same as the past. There's no magic. It's not new. It's old. I've been here before. I already know this. I already did this, right? So you can tell that that is a foreign consciousness program. Yay! That's awesome. Cool. Okay, what else? What else? This is so awesome. You guys realize that you are literally creating the outline of how to perceive life and be able to choose whatever you want, right? And because once you spot, hey, this is what this is, you go, cool, foreign consciousness, not me. Hey, this foreign consciousness also shows up in my body. It shows up in lots of spaces. Like, so I'm good. I realize that this is not me, right? And now what do I choose in the presence of it? Well, I choose me. And that choice for you is going to change the way that you feel and the experience that that foreign consciousness is creating for you. So, all right, what's the next aha? This is awesome.
Yeah, really good ones coming in, Rika. So Karen says, victim equals foreign, creator equals me.
Woo-hoo! Yeah, baby, right? You were spotting it. So anytime you're a victim, anytime you feel affected, yes, you are correct. That is foreign consciousness. That is not your consciousness. You are an empowered creator, right? You go, what do I choose? Cool, let's experience that. That's awesome. What next, Nicole?
Okay, I love what Lily said. She says, when I feel discouraged and like there's a voice in my head telling me what I can't do and I want to check out, that's the foreign awareness. When I feel light and open and free, that is me.
Oh, so good, Lily. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, it's so awesome. So, you know, that discouraged or I can't or it's not possible. Yep. Okay. That is foreign consciousness. You didn't choose that. That is not your consciousness, right? Why would you ever choose to think that something wasn't possible? Right? You are this light, open, free, you know, being of infinite possibilities that goes, yeah, it's all possible, and I'm having whatever I choose. Yay! That's so awesome. Okay, Nicole, what's next?
Okay, so Gordon has a great list here. He says, myself equals relax, effortless, clear, energized, and open. So foreign equals stressed, fearful, confused, uninspired, and closed.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my God, amazing, right? So here, this foreign consciousness, just like those parasites, is creating the experience, just like it did in the body, of being scared and fearful, right? As that example. Here, this foreign consciousness is creating the energy of stressed, fearful, confused, and closed. So just because you are having an experience, does it mean that it's your experience? I'm going to just take a breath and just take that in. Just because you're having an experience, does it mean that that is your experience? I feel like I've waited my entire life to unlock this from humanity. So thank you for blessing my life with this moment. Oh, it doesn't mean that it's your experience, does it? Just like the parasites. Hey, was that her experience that she was scared to death? No, it was the parasite's experience that it was scared to death. It wasn't actually hers. Right? Oh, this is so good. Just because you are having an experience does not mean that that is your experience. So actually, go ahead and say that out loud. Just because I am having an experience does not mean that that is my experience. Take a breath and breathe that in. Good. Whoa, so much freedom. Wow, so much is happening. This is so awesome. Okay, Nicole, what next?
Okay, so Jacqueline has a great list here. She says, foreign consciousness is angry, feeling limited, sleepy, exhausted, chronic fatigue. My consciousness is happy, joyful, and limitless.
All right. Isn't it kind of easy to spot? Like all of a sudden you go, oh yeah, like my consciousness, how do you know if it's your consciousness? Well, you chose it, right? You went, woo, how would I like to feel right now? Amazing. Okay, let's choose amazing, right? That's your consciousness. Are you going to consciously choose to be angry on purpose? Or frustrated? No. Or have chronic, fatigue? No. Are you going to choose? Like, can you see how definitively that is absolutely not your consciousness? Even though you might be having the experience of what this other consciousness is creating as an experience for you, does not mean that that is an experience that you chose, right? It is not actually your consciousness that is creating that. Oh, take a breath and just breathe that in. So you could also begin to accept from this moment, okay, that your consciousness, okay, that you have chosen has been wonderful and light and joyful and amazing. That you are wonderful, light, joyful, and amazing. Right? And that you have not been the one that has been responsible for these other energies of stress and fear and confused and closed and angry and victim and discouraged and judgment and whoa, 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 hold the presses. Did you choose any of that on purpose? No. Okay. Consciousness is what you choose on purpose. It itself has its own consciousness that it is perpetrating on itself. Okay? And it includes all of these things. So it's going to be creating those experiences. And whether you identify with its experiences as being yours, whether you identify with its consciousness or your consciousness, is what makes all the difference. Okay? And then what it is that you choose in the presence of its consciousness is the thing that allows you to quantum leap out of its consciousness and into your own. This is so awesome. Okay, Nicole, what else?
All right, Rikka. So what about this one from Roger? Aging equals foreign consciousness.
Oh, yeah, baby. Do you think on purpose you're going to go, yeah, I'm going to degrade and die? Like, I like my face sagging and the wrinkle, right? No, you're not going to do that. Why would you ever do that? Okay, this is starting to become funny. Okay, because these are all the things that you've been thinking, oh my God, I've got to work on this. I've got to fix this. I've got to end the judgment. Why do you have to end the judgment when you never chose the judgment in the first place? Take a breath and breathe that in. Good. Yay, Nicole. So I can feel, are there more important ones that we need to bring forward for this group's list for them to be fully empowered to realize, hey, actually this other foreign consciousness has taken over. And so I recognize you, and instead of you taking over, I'm not going to identify with you, and I'm going to choose for myself instead.
Rikka, it's really amazing how clear it is what's foreign and what's not us. And there are more really great examples some folks have brought forward, such as Karen saying, foreign is hopeless and herself is faithful.
Oh, yes, Karen, absolutely. So you have this, it's all possible, right? And that's that energy of hope, like, yes, right? And then you've got the foreign consciousness that goes, oh, it's hopeless. And don't believe in hope because you're just going to get disappointed. Right? Oh my God! It's amazing, right? Oh, it's so awesome. Okay, so how else do you know when you're in your consciousness? Okay, one of these things that I've said over and over again, but I really want to bring this to the forefront of your list, is that on the left in your consciousness, you are choosing in the moment. Okay, that's how you know it's you. You're like, oh, that's really number one. I am choosing in this moment. Now, why would you choose in this moment? Because that's the moment you're in. Right? And so you're choosing in this moment because within the present moment is where all the energy is. So you're in this choosing for the energetics of you to enjoy the love and the joy, and that's you. You're in the moment choosing. You're in the moment choosing, in this present moment choosing, right? So now if we look at the foreign consciousness side of that, what is that opposite, right? The opposite is, okay, I'm not choosing, or I'm scared of choice, okay? Or I'm choosing based on the past, that's foreign consciousness. Or I'm choosing based on the future, foreign consciousness. Choosing based on anything aside from in the present moment for the experience, okay, is foreign consciousness, right? So, and with this not choosing, that this foreign consciousness runs on, it's like there's this, the consciousness of it is always there. Okay, it's like it's set on automatic. It's just always there, always there, always there, always there, and you're always a victim to it. And you can't choose, right? It also creates this idea of either this choice or that choice. Okay, now, would you really choose to have only two choices? No, right? So that's all foreign consciousness. Okay, so that being said, are there more little pieces that will fully empower this group to know when this subconscious imposter? Of course, I have more on my list, but I want to give you guys an opportunity to really find out what this is for you. Okay?
Yes, Rika. So Isa brings up a good point. She says, when I am triggered by people who are unfair or take advantage of a situation, I react. That is foreign consciousness. When I have meditated, I feel free, open, and lighthearted.
I love it.
So reaction.
Telltale sign. Foreign consciousness is running the show. That subconscious imposter is like, yes, they believe it's me. They believe I am them and I have all the power in the universe to create you as a victim. React. Right? That is literally what its consciousness is doing. It's siphoning, all that power and creating that reaction. That is so cool. Anytime you're in reaction, that is foreign consciousness, not your consciousness. Yes. What else, Nicole?
Okay, so Gina says, when I'm not being honest, I am in foreign consciousness.
Yeah, amazing, right? So, and when you actually have a judgment of, because honesty is kind of an interesting thing. In a world of infinite possibility, the only way to be honest is to recognize that everything is infinite. Like that's the only level of, right, truth or honesty that really exists is, okay, well, if I was really being honest here, every cell, every molecule, and everything is infinite. If I was really being honest here, right, it's basically the 6 principles, right? So that is your consciousness, right? The foreign consciousness is kind of this judgment. Well, you should be honest. Are you being honest here? Well, can you be the energy of abundance if you don't have a bunch of money in your bank account? I don't know. Doesn't seem very honest for you to be a vibration that is outside of what I have dictated that you can be, right? So that can be a tricky one too, right? So we want to make sure that whatever is truth or honesty is actually in alignment with universal truth, or else it will become a belief of this foreign consciousness that then steps in and runs everything and really takes you from the freedom, right? So hope that made sense. That's kind of a very deep training that I tried to do in about 60 seconds. So, okay. So what else, Nicole? What else?
All right. So Lily says, when I'm craving distraction or coffee or sugar, etc., I'm in the foreign consciousness. When everything feels light and easy and I don't really need anything but enjoy everything, I'm in mine.
That is so cool, Lily. So you're noticing that the foreign consciousness has this inherent lack inside of it. And it needs. And the truth is, it does need. Okay? Just like that parasite that cannot live without its host, this foreign consciousness cannot live without your attention. Without you giving it your power. Isn't that amazing? So the foreign consciousness needs, oh my God, I need, and everything's outside of me, and I've got to get, and I've got to attain, and I've got to succeed, and I've got to become, and there's a process, right? So that's all foreign consciousness. You are already whole, already complete, already one. You do not lack anything. You are one with the unified field, right? That's your consciousness. Fantastic, Lily. Okay, so this is pretty awesome, right? Okay, already are you experiencing a level of freedom from that foreign consciousness. Yeah, because the first step is being aware of it. If you're not aware of it, you just go on its ride, right? You believe it is you, and now you're in its consciousness. And guess what? Every time you step into its consciousness, you instantly become a victim to its consciousness. Okay? So pretty awesome, right? Yeah, totally. Okay. So, we're going to talk about actually how you take your power back from the subconscious imposter. And the number one tool that I want you guys to begin using today until we meet again next week. And we're also going to be doing an activation to help create some freedom from this consciousness. Okay, so we're going to do all of that. Before I move into all of that, I just wanted to take a moment to invite you to everything that I use to get me to a place of being totally free, right? Free from the matrix, free from this imposter's consciousness, where you're never living a moment of your life based on something that's not you, okay? So during this class, we have an incredible time opening up all of the energies of love and light and possibility, and we bring you into a much greater expanded version of you. And we also help you release all of the information that's keeping you from living there and from really living your greatest life, which is so exciting. Oh my gosh. I am very, very, very excited to actually do this with you guys. So you are going to want to go to the lifetransformclass.com, lifetransformclass.com, and or you can press the button on the screen there. I hope that you guys will join us there and really just give yourself the gift, like some time to really anchor yourself into your own self-love and your connection to source, and embrace even more light and even more love, and just give you the world. You deserve it. You really, really do. Okay, so that's going on, you guys, and you can go ahead and register for that at lifetransformclass.com. And hey, tell your friends, I wish for the entire world to be as free and happy and joyful and loved that this transformation and this material, this class, actually creates in people's lives, right? It's fantastic, the work that we do. It's just freaking off the charts awesome. So anyway, you're going to want to be there. Okay, so now we're going to go into the activation and also the three, programs that allow this subconscious imposter to instantly take over your experience. Because have you guys noticed that in your life experience, all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, this thing is just running everything. You're in the automatic, you're being affected, you're in fear, right? It's instant. Because this consciousness, just like the 57% of our body that's not human cells, it's always there. So this foreign consciousness is always there too. And here's the thing. The reason why it is always there, I was speaking with Upstairs about this, okay? Because I've spoken to you guys about it being automatic. And I began questioning, is it actually automatic? And what I received today from Upstairs is that it's not actually that it's automatic. It's that there are, 8 billion people on this planet. How many of them are functioning from this foreign consciousness? Almost all of them, right? So this foreign consciousness is siphoning 8 billion people's, power, life force energy, and it's being broadcasted, okay, by 8 billion people. And that broadcast is constant. So it's constantly going to be in your awareness, okay? You are like a radio antenna that's sending and receiving information, right? So that consciousness is being broadcasted by 8 million people. So 8 billion people. So even if you are not choosing it, you're still going to be aware of it, right? It's still going to be in your presence. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So the 3 ways in which it just takes over your consciousness and runs the show is you believe the experience that it is creating is your experience, right? So just like the parasites, it's bringing up, it's creating the experience of fear. I'm scared of death, I'm scared of death, I'm scared of death. And the being that parasite is in goes, I'm scared of death, I'm scared to death, I'm scared, I have anxiety, right? So you believing that this consciousness is your experience, bam, it has complete control over you. Now it's taking you for its ride. And it's not very fun, right? This foreign consciousness is a consciousness of separation. You are a consciousness of unity. Remember that, okay? You can put that on your left side, okay? Your consciousness, unity consciousness, right? Foreign consciousness, separate, right? The idea that you are separate from source. So the second, piece here is that you believe it's real because it feels real. Okay, so just because you feel it actually doesn't mean it's true. In fact, because you feel it, it's not true. It's actually a little bit the other way around. So you as a being are really more functioning from, oh, this is what I choose. This is wonderful. And there's not this up and down and experience of connecting to source and then disconnecting to source. That's the foreign consciousness, right? You as a being are already whole in one. So there's not this, these peak experiences and then these down experiences. It's all just this beautiful expanded field, and source is always wowing you with more. So there is an expansion, but it's a very stable, like loving, present, opening expansion, right? So if you feel into that opening, expanded state, well, is there really like the real feelings there, or is it quite light? See, it's quite light and spacious. So the foreign consciousness creates real feelings, right? Anger, hurt, fear, separation, consciousness. It feels very real. So because it feels real, okay, doesn't mean that it is real. Okay, so that's the second one. And the third one that has just, it taking over your experience instantly is that you act accordingly based on this false information and this false experience. So just like the woman who the parasites had the anxiety and the fear and she thought it was hers, right? And she began creating her life from there thinking, I am scared to death and look at all this fear and I'm scared of this and that and I'm scared to start my own business and I'm scared of, right? She's acting accordingly based on this false information. So that's another way that you give it your power, okay? By allowing it, once it's taken over, to actually choose based on it, right? So, and it's kind of not really choosing because it's choosing from this very, very limited menu of, well, I could have this or this. I don't have enough for this, so I have to do this. I can't do this, but I want to do that. It's a very small menu instead of I can have it all because I am it all and I can choose it all and I can have it all. That's more your consciousness. Does that make sense? So, great. So I'm going to repeat some of these guys again, but the tool that we want you guys to begin using starting today, especially up until our next live stream on Tuesday, which we're going to take a deeper dive into the subconscious imposter and how it siphons your energy through the creation of misalignment from the 6 principles. So it's like we're going to help you align more to your consciousness so that you really see like, oh, this is outside consciousness. This is foreign consciousness. And it really does that by getting you to believe that your consciousness is in misalignment with the 6 principles. Okay? When really your consciousness is the 6 principles. So we're also going to give you the number one tool, once you've used this other tool for this next 4 days, to really stop it dead in its tracks and to discover how to go around this foreign consciousness very easily and freely. Okay, so the tool that I want you guys to begin using tonight, starting now, is eliminate the words I feel from your dictionary. Okay? You've got to eliminate the words I feel from your dictionary and instead replace it with I'm aware of. Okay? Because when you say I feel, you are instantly inside that foreign consciousness. It has taken over, right? I feel, right? You're pretty much you're pretty much in its consciousness. Now, up here in your consciousness, you would still have light feelings, but you wouldn't be like, I feel. You'd be like, oh, this is so wonderful. I'm enjoying this and this spaciousness and this love and everything that is, and everything's loving me. Feel this, look at this. Like, but you're not like, I feel, right? You're not so much, this foreign consciousness. It takes you over instantly when you say I feel. So what are some of the things that you say I feel about? I feel tired, foreign consciousness. I feel angry, foreign consciousness. I feel depressed, foreign consciousness. Look at how many times it comes into your life. I feel not connected to my husband, foreign consciousness. I feel, right? So like, look at the depth. I feel frustrated, right? I feel angry. I feel reactive. I feel pissed off. It just goes on and on and on and on and on, okay? You are not these feelings. You are an infinite energetic being that can choose anything. So just stop saying I feel, and instead every time you go to say I feel, say I'm aware of, okay? And then you can ask this question: what energy could I choose to be in the presence of this awareness? Right? So that's where we get to create massive freedom from you. So first, you're not identifying with this foreign consciousness by instantly saying, I feel, and you're inside of it, and now it has you in the throes, right? You're saying, hey, I'm aware of this because 8 billion people are broadcasting it. Of course you're going to be aware of it, right? Does that make sense? Now you go, okay, so now what energy do I choose in the presence of my awareness? Okay, so just write on your thing, stop saying I feel on your piece of paper. Instead say I'm aware of. And then what energy could I choose to be in the presence of what I'm aware of, or my awareness of this foreign consciousness? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring you guys into an activation that is going to create some space between you and this foreign consciousness, okay? Okay, so you guys ready? Okay, awesome. So feel your feet moving down into the center of the earth. There we go. Now take a breath, breathing that earth energy up through your body. And out through your head. Good. And another breath with your feet in the center of the earth, opening your body up to that beautiful life force energy and love. Good. And one more breath. Breathing that life force energy, that love up through your body, out through your head. Good. Now bring your awareness up. And breathe that energy of light and love down through your crown, through your body. Another breath, opening your heart even bigger and wider. Okay, good. Now, As you bring your awareness up, we invite in all of your guardian angels, the seraphim angels, the archangels that would like to work with all of us tonight, to bring you into the vibration and energy of your chosen consciousness. Good. To assist in letting go of the foreign consciousness, the subconscious imposter that's been taking over your experience, and allowing you the space and the recognition within your own self. This is what I am, and whenever this shows up, I'm aware that this is outside foreign information. Okay, and then we're going to show you what it is to choose you in the face of this foreign consciousness. Okay, so we ask that all of the angels come and be with all of you now. And as you bring your awareness up, let's just ask the angels and the energy, the energy of Source, will you show me what my chosen consciousness is? There you go. Take a breath and breathe that in. Good. Another breath, just breathing that in. Good. And allow yourself, as you guys, we have made this list together for you to realize what your consciousness is, and that is what you're standing for, right? So you bring your awareness up, we all bring our awareness up, and we all acknowledge that your consciousness is you choosing in the moment. Take a breath and breathe that in. Go ahead and say, I choose in the moment. And go ahead and say, I choose from Source's infinite menu. Breathing that in. Good. Okay, so I am unity consciousness. Breathe that in. Stating who you are. Good. Okay. I am joy. Take a breath and breathe that in. And go ahead and say, tell yourself the truth. I have no fear. Good. I have no judgment. Breathing that in. I am innocent and new. Breathing that in. I am the creator choosing my experience. Breathing that in. I am relaxed. I am effortless. I am clear. I am energized. I am loved. Whew. I am the witness. There you go. Cool. I know that everything is serving me in the highest. Breathing that in. There we go. Okay, good. So as you're breathing that in and just letting that flow, noticing, whoa, yeah, that's another part of your consciousness. You're in flow, right? So we're going to allow that to flow, and I'm going to begin bringing up the energy of this subconscious imposter. And here's what I want you to do. You choose your consciousness in the presence of this subconscious imposter. Okay? So, and allow your awareness of it to be outside of you, not inside of you, but outside of you. And again, you're going to choose what relationship you would like to have to this subconscious imposter energy. Okay, so let's put the subconscious imposter energy, that foreign consciousness, in kind of a bubble in front of all of us. Okay, and you can imagine that we're all standing in a circle, and that bubble of foreign consciousness is in the center, and we're going to throw all this stuff into it, right? So anytime you're having an automatic experience, right, that's in the bubble, in the that's foreign consciousness. Okay, throw in living from the past or the future, foreign consciousness. Okay, it thinks and believes that, hey, life isn't serving me, you're a victim, right? Throw that in there. Okay, this foreign consciousness thinks I'm tired, I'm frustrated, I'm hurt, I'm a victim. Throw that in there. There we go. Throw it in there. Okay. Okay, it's separate consciousness, right? So it believes it's separate from love. Throw that in there. Right? It's the interpreter of all things. Oh my God, what does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? Oh God, you're a chooser, not an interpreter, right? So it's not joyful. It's not fun. Okay, throw that in there. Okay, it's scared, right? Well, throw that in there. It does judgment. These are all its programs. Okay, throw it in there. Oh my gosh, same day as the yesterday. The past is happening again. This always happens to me. Yep, that goes in there too. Okay, you being a victim instead of the creator, you feeling discouraged like you can't, that goes in there. All the stress, fear, confused, all the anger, rage, and hurt, all the, fear, just throw it all in there. And we ask that all that separate consciousness now be in a bubble in the presence of us. Okay, now we're going to hold hands. Okay? Okay, and we're going to stand unified. Allow it to be in the bubble, in the center. Okay. There you go. And go ahead and say, I don't need to identify with that. Why would I need to identify with that? Okay. Instead of identifying with any of this, what do we choose? Okay, so now, vibrationally, allow yourself to feel the choice that you make in the presence of this subconscious imposter, this foreign consciousness. What is your choice? There you go. Take a breath and just feel that vibration and choose it. And even though this bubble is here, you're still going to choose it. Just take a breath and breathe that in. Make your statement. I choose love. I choose joy. I choose peacefulness. I choose magic. I choose ease. I choose peace. Yeah. I choose me. I choose possibility, yes. Good. And allow yourself to make those choices for you, for us. Look at you. Look at what you're doing. You're actually choosing your consciousness in the presence of you being aware of this foreign consciousness. So go ahead and say, I can do this. Yeah, I can choose me. I don't need to identify with this. I can simply choose what I am choosing for me. Based on Source's infinite menu. There we go. Just take a breath and breathe that in. Knowing that you can choose anything in the presence of any experience. You can choose anything in the presence of anything you're aware of. Good. And feel that blessing and that gift of alignment with your consciousness. check it out. Now look into that bubble. Uh-oh, did it disappear? Does it have no more energy? It doesn't, because remember, it's a parasite, right? It can't live without the attention of the host. So if you don't give it any attention, it may be in your awareness, but you give no attention to it. You pay it no mind. It has no meaning to you, right? You have no identification with it. Instead, you choose to identify with your consciousness and what you're choosing, right? It disappears. It cannot actually exist because it only exists when you give it your energy. Okay. So how was tonight? Did you receive a lot? So we'd love to hear from you. What did you receive from tonight? How do you feel? And just imagine what it would be like if we could do this exercise in person, right? Unpacking all the ways in which, that foreign consciousness has been running your life and giving you back to you. That's one of the things I hear most about my classes is like, I feel like Rikka gave me myself back. Like I now have me in my life. And it's hard to understand for people that don't have themselves what that actually means. But now you have a greater understanding of what that means. So I believe and I know that each of you can have any life you choose. You are not limited in any way. Okay? And if right now your life isn't being the greatest life, the most loving and joyful experience that you could have, well, there are some energies and some conscious misalignment that we need to change to where you begin really experiencing everything is love. Everything is supporting you. Everything is loving you. Everything, right? And you begin fully embracing and having your choice be paramount, right? That you choose your consciousness and how you choose to interact with life in the world. And this thing becomes a far off, distant dream that you can't even remember. You've happily forgotten. So if you go to Life Transform class, you can jump on into the group. It's going to be amazing. I'm excited for everyone who's going to show up for this class. So Nicole, could we hear back some feedback from the group here? How was tonight? How are you all feeling?
Such beautiful feedback. I'm loving this, Rikka. Carla says, thank you. I needed this. Oh. So beautiful.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Brenda
awesome.
says, I feel resurrected and in love. Thank you.
Oh, yay! Boo!
Woo. Sean says, absolutely remarkable, a deep, profound joy and expansiveness, total freedom and ecstatic bliss. Go, Sean. Yeah.
Yes, that's your consciousness. Yes. That's beautiful.
And I love it's so awesome. I love what Jenny said. She says, wow, I finally get it.
Seriously, right? I mean, it's so amazing. It's so amazing the life force energy and the experience that we can live in. When we are fully empowered, right? Fully free. Whew. And, free from those past experiences that keep kind of coming up too. Unpacking all those, stored battery packs of energy that you've given to this imposter to run your life. We're going to take all your power back so it has no way to function as you. Beautiful. Anything else you'd like to share, Nicole?
Oh, so many things. Martha's saying, really good, great. I really needed this and can use it. I've been struggling with it all so much.
Oh, so awesome. Yay. Okay, so again, What's the tool? Did you write it down? Okay, you're gonna, number one, stop saying I feel. Okay, number two, instead, you're gonna say, I'm aware of, right? So that you don't identify. If you identify, it's gonna be harder to get out. So if you stay in, oh, I'm aware of this, oh, I'm aware of this, oh, I'm aware of this, and then you go, cool, what do I choose in the presence of my awareness, right? So step three, what energy could I choose, in the presence of what I'm aware of here? And you guys are going to experience profound freedom, like limitless like you're going to, wow. Okay. And the thing is, it probably will be challenging because this automatic is constantly there. So you've got to be on your game, right? And you've got to be choosing to be in your consciousness, your consciousness, your consciousness, your consciousness. But every time you do, it will get easier and easier and easier. And it's a really powerful quantum leap that you can make to take your life to the next level.